A political action fund is at the center of the corruption case against suspended Cincinnati City Councilman P.G. Sittenfeld. He's charged with taking $40,000 from FBI agents who were posing as developers in exchange for his support on a project.
Investigative reporter Paula Christian takes a closer look at this PAC.
First, Tamaya Denard, then Jeff Pastor, and on November 19, 2020, P.G. Sittenfeld became the third Cincinnati City Council person charged with corruption in 9 months. Unlike Denard and Pastor, who are accused of taking cash bribes directly, Sittenfeld is accused of asking for donations to his PAC.
There was a scheme to bribe the citizens of Cincinnati by corruptly soliciting $40,000 into a PAC that was secretly controlled by Mr. Sittenfeld.
At this November press conference, U.S. Attorney David DeVillers calls Sittenfeld's PAC a slush fund. $271,000 in donations came into this PAC since 2018, according to the Federal Election Commission. This is separate from the $716,000 Sittenfeld raised in his campaign fund, according to the Hamilton County Board of Elections. He announced last July that he planned to run for mayor this year.
This is a sign of somebody with aspirations. You know, if you just want to be on the Cincinnati City Council, you don't need a political action committee. You don't need to raise all this money and give it to other candidates.
University of Cincinnati political science professor David Niven reviewed Sittenfeld's PAC, named the Progress and Growth PAC. Sittenfeld donated roughly $90,000 in PAC money to other candidates and political funds, according to the FEC.
It wasn't meant to ever be scrutinized. Now, that's not to say it was illegitimate, but it was just not meant. It was not meant for public consumption.
Sittenfeld spent nearly $3,000 on frequent meals at restaurants like this one in 2018 and 2019. Experts say that's legal, and he is not charged with misusing campaign money. After former City Councilwoman Tamaya Denard was charged with corruption last February, the meal spending from the PAC stopped for 6 months. In fact, the PAC only paid for 2 meals last year.
This is within the realm of normal. You know, the gray area is, you know, well, you were going to eat dinner anyway, weren't you? Why does your PAC have to pay for this?
Sittenfeld's attorney, Charlie Rickers, says the PAC was legal and never a secret. In a recent court filing, Rickers writes, the indictment and the government's own public voices have falsely misled the public that Mr. Sittenfeld unlawfully and secretly hid his connection to his PAC, that he received hidden contributions, and that he unlawfully and secretly controlled it as a slush fund for his personal use. None of that is true. Rickers is asking a judge to dismiss all charges against Sittenfeld.
This is going to be a real battle. You know, unlike with Pastor and Denard, where they had the direct, I'll do this, you give me that. This is a much grayer area.
Denard pleaded guilty to honest services wire fraud. A judge sentenced her to 18 months in prison. Pastor pleaded not guilty and is awaiting trial. Northern Kentucky University law professor Ken Katkin says Sittenfeld could be exonerated at trial or on appeal.
I just don't see that there's any basis for saying that he sold a vote or even any mechanism by which he could have controlled the votes of his fellow council members.
In the meantime, what will happen to the $120,000 remaining in Sittenfeld's PAC? Niven says he could donate it to charity or save it to help with a future campaign years from now. While PAC money can't be used for direct campaign spending, such as TV ads, Niven says it can be spent on meals and travel for outreach and information gathering.
This could be the comeback account.
Paula Christian, WCPO 9 I-Team.